What is Guanin people? Live and directing in full effect. Yeah. Timings absolutely shocking. Damn near moving worse than how the Assna have been moving this transfer window. And it's not the quantity, it's the quality. Absolute disgracia. Absolute disgracia. And the truth of the matter is, people, is that we are so far behind, so far fucking behind everyone else in the league. And I see this. I'm not the only one, but I do see this. And you'll see. You'll see by Christmas, Lego Head will be pretty much out that door. If not, it will be out there and then. And I can celebrate. Christmas raving and all of that. Best believe that. This manager's run out of excuses. The fans will turn on him. And the truth of the matter is, as smart as Arteta is, right, he's dumb at the same time. Like, I see intelligence as a circle. You can be that fucking smart and that dumb at the same time. That's why he's called Lego Head. Not just because he ain't got real hair no more. Didn't have the bollocks to be bald and proud like his mentor, his master, Pep. No. I'll have the perfect wig glued on and all of that shit. Trust me. We've all seen the picture multiple times. Guns photoshopping Arteta's face on Pep's head, you know, all that shit. I'll tell you what, it ain't too far off. It really ain't too far off, let me tell you. But I'll get into that a bit later. Yeah, lateness is greatness and all of that. My bad, guys. Seriously, like, it's not great at all. Should have probably said it more for around this time, because being 20 minutes late, even 15 minutes late, is a lot better than being fucking damn near 2 hours late. So yeah, it is what it is. But I've just been so frustrated with, you know, like, done what I can, but I will have to get this Mac fixed. Although, to be honest, there's really much that can be fixed, because StreamYard is just it's just moving way too slow, man. Way too fucking slow. If I open another application, it's just like, nah, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is actually going on? You know, because usually my connection is fine. It's absolutely fine. But then as soon as I go live, it just like, it just goes. It just zaps the connection, like most of the connection. I really don't understand it. I really don't fucking understand it. It's madness. What I might have to do, I have to do a few things here and there. I'm trying to do a bit of troubleshooting here, guys. Is that much better? A little bit. But yeah, thank you for your renowned patience. I will get to the chat in a sec. Just need to, yeah. For me, it's more of a StreamYard issue, because my internet, I know, is fine. It's not the best of the best, but it's more than capable of doing an hour or two streams. It's a combination of StreamYard and like my Mac just slowing down big time. So I thought it was the VPN was getting in the way, but it's not really. But yeah, I'll go to the chat and then we'll get on to the match reaction of the Ruggers. Big up Todd Burge. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. I feel like the match was a bit boring in the first half, but the second half was better. To be honest, Todd, I don't think the first half was that boring. The quality on both sides, there were glimpses here and there. Didn't quite flow as it should have done, but it was a very competitive game. Yeah, so now I'm talking about the First Nations Pasifika, or FNP 15 against the Lions that played this morning at 11 UK time, that is. Yeah, FNP 19, Lions 24. Now, the performance, I believe, from what I saw, was worse in the second half than it was in the first. Owen Farrell, not only starting but being captain. Shock. You know what I'm saying? Finn Smith starts at 10, but Marcus Smith has not started any single game in this tour. That is unacceptable. Because from what I saw from Finn Smith today, defensively, he was good, but he weren't fucking amazing. You know, let's just keep it all the way James Brown. Ain't it funky in this bitch right now? Right here, right now. Fatboy Slim settings, yeah? Right? Marcus Smith, what he offers going forward is far better than what Finn Smith does defensively. Far better. No one, and I mean no one, can convince me otherwise. Really and truly, no one can convince me otherwise. Like, it's absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing that Andy Farrell, yeah. We could have lost that game today. We could have lost that game. I wasn't livid or, you know, shouting at the screen like I was in the past fucking warm-up games. I think it's like a bit of the Reds, but more so the Waratahs and a bit of the Brumbies as well. But the Brumbies was more the test team, which ended up being rather. So yeah, can't really complain with that. But yeah, this team and Marcus Smith not starting is poor. Henry Pollock starting at 8. I expected more. Didn't get the ball as much, but when he did, you know, much of a muchness, which is a shame because I think, you know, when he gets the ball in the right areas, you know, and he's in the right position. I think his positioning wasn't great today, but it wasn't shocking. But it was just very disjointed, very disjointed. Darcy Graham came in for, I believe it was Mac Hansen. You know, I thought the Mac Hansen injury wasn't as bad, but clearly I was wrong. And Darcy Graham stepped up, scored a try as well. Scored a try. And then got injured. All in the space of 15 minutes, which is a shame because for me, I would have started him over fucking Tommy Freeman. He should have got picked over fucking Tommy Freeman. And now, who do I want on the right wing? Not just as cover, but because Tommy Freeman is a clear weakness. You know, he's not been that good under the high ball. He wasn't against the Wallabies, and the Wallabies are going to strengthen. They've got a couple of key players at least coming back. One of them being Rob Valentini, rather, I believe. So it is what it is. I mean, if that Jorgensen try was anything to go on, like, it's, for me, Tommy Freeman ain't the one on the right wing. Darcy Graham looks like he won't make the second test, probably won't even make the third test, which is a shame. It is a fucking shame. But he should have been picked in the first place. At least had more games, got an opportunity. But who's that England right winger? He played on tour against Argentina, but I think he definitely played against the States, or he might have just played against the States. Just bear with me one sec, guys. Yeah, because we beat them 45. I knew that. Hang on. Right. Yeah, because Alex Dombrandt, he's another one. He was playing on tour with England. Should have definitely got called up because he's an out and out number 8, unlike what's his face, like Henry Pollock. As much as I rate Henry Pollock and deserve to be in there, Tom Curry for me is another one. He shouldn't start for the rest of the tour. Asher Opoku for Jaw. Oh yeah, Guy Pepper as well is another one. Sam Underhill, of course. Emmanuel Faye Waboso, sorry. And Max Ajomo as well, playing for Bath, of course. Will Muir. He's representing England. Fuck off. Fuck off. I thought he was representing Scotland. Jesus Christ. Bummy Borthwick strikes back once again. And he ain't no renegade master. That's for damn sure, cunt. Do you know what I mean? Do you know exactly what I mean? Like, what is this? But yeah, 9 caps. Emmanuel Faye Waboso. Faye Waboso. Faye Waboso is better than Tommy Freeman. Facts. Todd, you know this. You might have a different opinion to me, but for me, I do not rate Tommy Freeman. I'm not saying he's shit. Same with Alex Mitchell. I don't think they're both shit, but they're not Lions level. They're barely England level. Like out of the two, I'd say Alex Mitchell is more England level. Tommy Freeman is just big, strong, can shift a bit. Not like Duan van der Merwe, who scored again today. Another try. Was he on like 6? This is what we're dealing with. Jack Morgan playing, so we know he's not starting, which I think is a disgrace. Yes, he wasn't great today and, playing 6 and that. But what Jack Morgan offers at the breakdown, which is what we need, Tom Curry hasn't been doing. He's been poor. But you got Tyburn, Jack Conan, they will start. Maybe I would say start fucking Ben Earl and have Pollock on the bench. And then have Ollie Chesham on the bench, maybe. But I think Joe McCarthy is injured as well. So I put Ollie Chesham at second row. And then you can have like Jack Morgan. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, no, you can have Tyburn, Jack Morgan, and Jack Conan in the back row, 6, 7, and 8. And then you can have Pollock and Ben Earl. But then you need like a out-and-out second row, out-and-out lock. And that's the trouble. You got the James Ryan, you got the Scott Cummins, but James Ryan ain't been that good this year. Yeah, for me, yeah, it's a tough one because Maro's obviously going to start, and he's captain as well, tour captain, rightly so. But at the same time, the way that I see it is that we need to be a lot better when the ball hits the deck, when the ball hits the ground, ruck time, discipline, and secure that fucking ball. Because if you think the Wallabies ain't going to counter ruck like FMP did today, then you're living in cuckoo land. Best believe that. I wasn't impressed with the performance, but we got the result at the end of the day. But I want the result secured in Melbourne on Saturday. And it's going to be really tough because notoriously we don't have a great record in Melbourne. The last couple of tours, we've lost all of the second tests. The 2013 was by 1 point, I believe. The second test in 01 compared to 2013 wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. So for me, the way I see it, it will be genuinely a much tighter game. But at the same time, I foresee us getting over the line through just having a better performance. Andy Farrell's got to pick the right team. And his in-game management has been kind of slipping away, but usually it's been great, even on this tour. But again, he's got to start picking, because the only way you get away with not making changes as early as you should, especially in a test match to win the series, is when you pick the best starting 15 available. I don't believe he's done that yet. Not from 1 to 15, let alone 1 to 23. Faye Waboso. He's got to be on his way now. Has to be on his way. Because the truth of the matter is, even without any training, he played against the States, looked very lively. He's too good for that level. Way too good. And Bummy Borthwick's hampering. Well, he's hampering the whole fucking team to accommodate for the scrubs like Van Portfleet, aka Broken Down Van, Van Kickbox, Van Slow, Van Crab. Now, Alex Mitchell's, I've said before, bang average. Very good at his best, and he's, up the levels with the Lions. But again, I still think he's not good enough for Lions level. For England level, more so, but Ben Spencer's still better than him. I don't care. I don't fucking care. But Van Portfleet should be nowhere near that England setup, bar major injury crisis at scrum half, because Randall's better than him, Mitchell's better than him, and Ben Spencer's better than him. They're all ahead of him. All ahead of him. Borthwick needs to fuck off. The only reason why Borthwick is still there is because we got to a semi-final, the Rugby World Cup, and I think we got second in the Six Nations. Whereas like the year before and the year before that, we were near the bottom, mid-table bottom of the Six Nations. We were poor, man, absolutely fucking poor. But again, England don't have a quality issue; they have a management issue, and that's been the case for a long time. For the last, I'd say, even the last 20, 25 years, we've always had quality. The management, the in-game tactics, the personnel, the man management off the pitch, like, on the training park and all of that shit, right? Is what win and loses test matches, championships, Grand Slams, titles, Rugby World Cups, and then getting picked or not getting picked for Lion Series to win the damn fucking thing. Like, Jesus Christ. Just bear with me 1 sec. Yeah. All right. I'm back. So here we are. It's just the last two tests. Don't want it to go to a decider. Yeah, it makes it more interesting. But really and truly, this should be a 3-0, 100%. But Andy Farrell with his favourites, and best believe he'll find a, like, Do not be surprised if Owen Farrell was on the bench on Saturday. Do not be surprised. And he played the whole fucking game. But what I think will happen is, what I reckon will happen is that he will either start the third test or definitely be on the bench. That's what I reckon will happen. That is exactly what I think will happen. Because there is no way that this fucking coach doesn't do that. I understand, and I know every manager, every head coach has their favourites. I hear it. But at a certain point, you got to do what's right for the team, what works, what wins you a fucking series. Now, Andy Farrell will get most of the credit, but he shouldn't. It's more down to the players, because the truth of the matter is, regardless of what team he's picked, and there's a lot of contentious picks as well at the very start when the team was announced over a month or so ago. But even with that team there, and yes, we've lost Thomas Williams, Elliot Daly as the two major sort of injury setbacks. Even with that, and even if they were fit, we're more than good enough to beat the Wallabies, Australia, over 3 tests. 100%. 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. But this fucking guy, and he's one of them snidey, slick narcissists, bro. Like father, like son. Like father, like son. But that's the thing, like, with Ireland, it was like, you know what? I ain't done shit yet, but when it, winning the Grand Slam and all of that, and then got schooled by it was fucking it wasn't even Steve Hansen. He left the job at that time. It was what's his fucking name? He was one of the coaches for the invitational side, the AUNZ. Just give me a sec. Ian Foster, that's it. That's his fucking name. Ian Foster. There we go. Yeah, Ian Foster got one over fucking Andy Farrell. And Andy Farrell's meant to be the better head coach. Because Ian Foster's a very good coach, but as a head coach, I don't rate him. New Zealand don't hate him. Don't rate him. Yeah, they probably don't hate him, but they don't rate him like that. Not as a head coach. That's why Scott Robinson, Razor, the breakdancing menace, but he is the best coach in the world, hands down. And if we're coming up against the All Blacks, which is tough enough, it's the ultimate. It's the most difficult tour to win, period. To this day, at this moment in time. Now, the Box, it's getting to that point at the moment because the Box are the best team in the world. But if you think that we're going to beat the All Blacks, even by 2-1, right? Because it's definitely not going to be a 3-0. That's for sure. Not that it can't happen, but not with Andy Farrell. Not with Andy Farrell. Trust me. Not with him. He ain't good enough. He ain't fucking good enough. I'd rather Geeks. Ian McGeechan. Yes, you, sir. I'd rather him coach the fucking Lions against the All Blacks because he ain't going to complicate it. He'll give them motivational speeches and he'll be a lot calmer with it compared to what he was back in the day. They're still setting the standards high. Ruthless, but with a much calmer demeanor. Because like with Fergie, you don't want to get the blood levels too high. That blood pressure, it's no joke, like cholesterol and all that shit, right? Andy Farrell has shown enough to me that he ain't good enough to beat the All Blacks. Good enough to beat the Wallabies because the Wallabies, this is their come up. This is literally their come up tour. There has never been a time in history where the Wallabies have been the underdogs by a country margin. To say the very, very least. Never happened before. In any of the tours since 1888, bruv. Since 1888. Like, for me, right, it should be 3-0, but Andy Farrell's making it difficult. Hella difficult. I just think that the quality that we have in the test side, that the majority of them have been able to stay fit, is what's going to win it for us. Not even Andy Farrell's tactics, because trust me, the Lions will pick him. They'll pick him next tour. And do not be surprised if we lose that. Not just 2-1, but 3-0. And it won't be for lack of belief or lack of quality. It will be mismanagement. Mismanagement, certain other things here and there. As much as I rate Elliot Daly, you know, and he was brilliant on the left wing, but again, he ain't a left winger. It was more the adrenaline and I'm a test lion playing in New Zealand, the ultimate against the All Blacks, Eden Park and shit like that. Like, it's the Everest of Everests. It's the highest mountain compared to the Box and definitely the Wallabies historically. Like, it is what it is. And that is exactly what it is, people. But yeah, I don't see it. And let's be real, England missed an opportunity to get Razor Robertson in as head coach for England, which would have meant that because he's that good, he would have been Lions coach, like Andy Farrell. The thing is, Andy Farrell's a very, very good coach. He's class. And I do rate him highly. However, this tour has shown me that at this level, as a head coach, because to be an assistant coach, which he has been before, and he knows what the Lions tours is about as a coach, he understands that he gets it, but that ain't enough to win Test series against the All Blacks, and it won't be against the Box in 8 years' time. That will be that would be 2033. Yeah, Kinel time flies and shit. It really and truly does. But yeah, for me, the way I see it, right? This is exactly how I see it. Finn Russell's going to be the major difference maker because he's a maverick, he's a baller, he's the orchestrator, the conductor. You give him the opportunity, you give him the ball to do what he needs to do, and he'll do it. He'll sort it out. He will well and truly, absolutely sort it out. But you know, Gibson Park, I think more matches he'll be better. So second test against Melbourne, he'll be better than what he was in the first test in Brisbane. So it is what it is, you know, coming back from an injury. But once that synergy works, and you've got Hugh Jones, you've got Tuipulotu, you know, you've got Bundyaki, you know, James Lowe has to be better. But if I see Tommy Freeman and or Tom Curry starting in the second test, I will be livid. Now, I do rate Tom Curry. Don't get me wrong, but you ain't been performing. There have been bigger and better players that have performed in previous Lion tours that ain't got a sniff at test level. And this is the problem when you have certain coaches that revert to type and go to the favourites. Now, Andy Farrell's not worse than Bummy Borthwick, as an example. But for me, Andy Farrell still has that trait. And better coaches, better teams, but especially better coaches with even less quality Because let's be real, Joe Schmidt is a better head coach than Andy Farrell. He's got more experience as well. And Joe Schmidt knows him inside and out. He knows that if Andy Farrell doesn't pick the right team, Joe Schmidt's got a chance at an upset. It's slim at the moment, even with players coming back like Valentini, etc. And I think Nick White might be on the bench. Might be. I'm not too sure. But I think he should be given a chance because he's quality scrum half as well. But Joseph Swaliti, you know, he's unleashed. Yeah. Worth to see, innit? You know, you got Donaldson on the bench. Like, this is what we are doing, people. This is exactly what we're doing. I mean, it'll be very interesting to see. It'll be very interesting to see. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I really have to say on it. I still think we'll win 3-0, but the performances have got to be so much better and pick the right team. Marcus Smith needs more minutes. But the sad thing is, I don't even think he'll start in the third test. Let's say we beat the Wallabies in the second test, even if it's by a point. I don't believe he'll start in the third test against Sydney, and he fucking should, because Finn Smith ain't been better than him. He ain't. He ain't. It's favouritism. It's bullshit. But we know what the Farrells are like. You know, pretending to be good guys on camera, but off camera, they're fucking shithouses. At least Andy Farrell has the resume as a player and even as a coach to back it up more, being a shithouse cumbag. Whereas Owen Farrell, especially in the last 6 years, 5-6 years, nah. Like I mentioned before, should have retired after getting skinned alive and left out there to dry by Chelsea Colby in the Rugby World Cup final against the Box in Tokyo, Yokohama Stadium, beautiful stadium. And I really want Japan to host another Rugby World Cup. I want them to host another Football World Cup because they have the infrastructure, they have the facilities, they have the resources. Make it happen. And Korea, Japan was the first World Cup that I actually remember proper. Because even though I was around at 98, 94, I was not even born yet, technically. Yeah, because when I was a kid, I was more into playing football and rugby than even really watching it. But I started watching rugby first, like in 2000, kind of like, and it's more so like trying to remember it and shit. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I will do that. But would love rather for that to happen. Be there and do that. But we'll see. We'll see how the universe pans out for me. It is what it is. You know, the whole destiny thing. You know, we're all kind of lucky one way or the other. You know, that's just biology, isn't it? But you can't say that because it's toxic and negative. Yeah, it is what it is. But I think it's about time we move onto the Assna. Obviously, that absolute scrub, generational bum, Noni Madueke, got the number 20. See, I thought they were going to do the number 14, but they found a little bit of shame. Just a little bit of shame. You know, Jackson, also on the radar, but imagine if we signed 3 Chelsea players. Trust me, these fans are on the edge, bro. These toppest of tippity top gooners, mutants, wallads, bro. They are on the edge. They're getting off that fence hella quick, bro. Hella quick, bro. Trust me, right? This is what I've been saying. This is exactly what I've been saying, right? That Lego Head's going to get sacked. Arteta's going to get potted by Christmas. Now, if I'm wrong, it will definitely be at the end of the season or just before the end of the season coming up. Absolutely. Absolutely. And why? Well, he's been chatting shit even before the fucking season started, even before the fucking tour to Singapore's got started. I'm a poet and I fully well know it. But anyway, like this guy, this fraudulent manager, he's been absolutely winging it and he's running out of excuses. He thinks that if he protects this board, he'll have a job for life. No, mate. Josh Kroenke and the rest of the board realise that you're not going to be able to shield us forever. And we won't be able to get another mini Wenger. Trust me, Arteta is the last line of defence for this board and ownership. And they know it. They know it. They know it so much. Like, it's not even a joke. It's not even a joke right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Just bear with me a sec. Yeah. So you can see me clearer and all of that. Like, it's not even a joke, bro. It's not even a fucking joke. Like, this guy had chance after chance after chance to win the league. If he'd have played Tierney at left back before we let him go, again, disgrace. And I don't just put it all on Arteta, but mostly Arteta. You know, Garlic has replaced Dick Law as basically chief negotiator. So it's no coincidence that we're still buying the scrubs and bums, not just from Chelsea, but elsewhere, and putting them on ridiculous wages. He is basically our new Dick Law. Think about it. Think about it. Garlic Head is our new Dick Law, chief negotiator. He's not just CEO. He's negotiating this shit. The difference is, like, Edu had a hand in it before as well. Vinay, and we know what a fucking crook Vinay is as well. They're all fucking crooks. Let's be real. Let's be real. And there's even a question mark on Berta, but the truth of the matter is, as long as we get Gyökeres signed, sealed, and delivered, along with Eze, then the transfer window ain't looking as bad, but still it won't be enough. I don't think this manager won't put Gyökeres on the left wing. Or put him up front and put Havertz on the left wing and then wonder why he ain't getting no service. Trust me, it will happen. Also, he'll put him in midfield some games. Right? He'll put Marino in midfield. Marino, Zubimendi, Wodegaard. The whole Sociedad midfield. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Right. It's pretty much the same midfield that won a Copa del Rey. It's the only trophy that Wodegaard has won. That's how bad it is, guys. And Saka, well, he weren't playing. Didn't get on in the semis or the final against City and Chelsea during COVID season, the 2020 FA COVID Cup, as I call it. No, it's all done, bro. It's all done. It is all fucking done. I just can't wait for this manager to go, because this manager is the biggest issue, especially on the pitch. But also it will address the issues off the pitch that most of the fans will actually even agree with us. But because their Lord and Saviour, Jim Jones, Captain Black looking ass motherfucker, Lego Head, is bamboozling them with, brainwashing them, with all these hopes and dreams, and this all fraud and deception. Lies come. Lies, right? Total lies. And then they wonder why we're mad. And I'm not even mad, but even just while we're angry and we've just had enough, or we're apathetic, whatever the case may be, right? We're done. And he's done as well. And I think deep down he knows it. He knows he's been winging it. That press conference, I watched a bit of that on Northside's channel yesterday. Big up to Northside, right? Even Northside was saying, like, you look at Lego Head's face, you look at Arteta's face, smug little face, I must add as well. He knows. He absolutely fucking well knows that he's winging it, been winging it. His whole career, not just his managerial career, but his player career. Should never have got that Arsenal move. Never. Everton was his level. Everton was his level. Everton fans don't even see him as a legend. Wenger's worst decision that he's ever made is not even buying Andre Santos, not keeping faith with Almunia and other scrubs. You know, Squillaci, what's his face, Mustafi. Like, I mean, Szczesny was a clusterfuck to start with, but in the end he got better. It's a fair play. Koscielny started off poorly, but again, he got better. It's an absolute mad thing. But the worst thing he ever did was sign Mikel Arteta. Because at least Mertesacker has some shame. You know, Mertesacker's, it's still jobs for the boys, managing the kids and all of that. Project Youth and all that shit. But at least he's not being thrust into first team men's football and giving it the big I am, which is what I take. Like, no one. Think about it this way, guys. No one likes this manager. Remember, you know, like the PA, whatever you call it, like the announcer at the Emirates. And here is Arsenal's manager, our very own Mikel Arteta. Fuck off to all of them fucking useless dossing fans for cheering his name. Absolute fucking losers. But the only one that was cheering, rather, on the player side was Kieran Tierney. And he ain't here no more. Not even his teacher's pet, prefect, Wodegaard, nicking a living guard, bruv, was clapping for him. They're all done with his club. They've had enough of the tyrant. They will throw him under the bus by ducking out of challenges, especially Wodegaard. Like, he'll do it anyway, but especially during World Cup year, and Norway are there or thereabouts, they'll probably qualify. Because Wodegaard knows he has to play in a World Cup. Same with Haaland as well, because otherwise their playing careers will be in severe doubt. Their legacy will be in, well, it's already in doubt as it is, especially with Wodegaard, but even with Haaland. But at least Haaland gets the goals. And at least Haaland's got the trophies with the goals to back that shit up. Wodegaard ain't got shit. He's got a Copa del Rey with Real Sociedad, and Mikel Arteta, Lego Head, is absolutely reunited the fucking Sociedad midfield. Oh, yay! Yay! Fuck yourselves. All them cunts can go fuck themselves. Let's believe that. But this is what we're dealing with. Saka is pulling out of challenges. He ain't tracking back. And this is a message to the Arsenal players. If this somehow reaches you. Because I know the media team, you watch my shit. You watching all of the other shit. Even though my views are very low because I'm a very minuscule channel. I accept that. And I know it's because of my consistency of being very inconsistent. It is what it is, you know. I've got a life outside of this for damn sure, which is why I haven't blown up yet. But either way, it is what it is. No excuses, FC and all that. Unlike Lego Head and Wodeguard and so on, these bandits of merry fucking losers, which is basically what we have. Yeah. This is the point I want to make. It is finito. This manager, this so-called manager, this con artist, absolute scammer, bruv. It's done. It's over. The masquerade is over. No more. No more. And I can't wait. I really can't wait. I really, really, truly, and utterly can't wait, bro. Long overdue, man. Long overdue. Like, we got Man United away. Then we got Leeds. And then I think we got Liverpool away as well as our first 3 games. You think we're winning any of them games? Because I fucking don't. I fucking don't. These players are going to down tools one way or the other. Because let's be real, Wodeguard will be picked for Norway regardless in the squad, and he's captain, and he knows it. So do not be surprised if Wodeguard actually plays all right consistently for most of the season, but he just ducks out of all of the challenges so he can get to the World Cup. Do not be surprised, because I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. But then Saka, he'll duck out of every challenge, but I don't think he'll make it anyway. And he needs to not track back. To be honest, the message to the Arsenal players, just don't fucking track back, especially if you're playing out wide, unless you're Madueke. You know, because you run around like a headless chicken anyway, because you're shit, bro. And then if you get injured, especially with a muscular injury and all of that, then we all know why. We all exactly know why, because he hasn't had really injury problems at Chelsea. But it's always the biggest scrubs that just don't seem to get injured at Arsenal. They just don't seem to get injured. I wonder why. It's not even like I want them to get injured. It shouldn't really come down to that. I don't wish that on anyone. That's not the point. The point is they shouldn't even be at the club in the first place. But even with how this manager is, trust me, Saka ain't tracking back. Madueke will, and then some of the fans will be gushing out of their panties because he won the ball back 70 yards the opposite direction. Did a 70-yard recovery sprint. Oh, yay, Madueke, he got the ball back after losing it. He's got great character. It's off. Fuck off, mate. Like, really, Jesus Christ, bruv. On a bike, you know. On a bike. Like, rotted. Ugh. And if our first 5-10 games, we've only got like 1 win, or if we haven't won any, and then we've got like a few draws. Lot of mercy. It's not looking good, bruv, at all. Damn sure. Damn sure. All right. My nose is so fucking itchy, but it is what it is. And I think on that bombshell, I will end it here. It's a bit longer than I intended to anyway, because even if I was on time, which I clearly wasn't, it wasn't going to be that long of a stream. It would have been like half an hour or so, give or take. But I've gone a bit over anyway, and I'd say it's about right. But either way, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Road to 100 subs. To all my biggest supporters on this channel from day one, like Todd, AFC always, etc. Big up to each and every one of you. And I know there are others, I haven't named, but there's quite a lot of you considering. So yeah, much love and support to you guys in whatever you do in your lives, within reason, of course, but elite, world-class level chat. You guys are absolutely on point. real ones in it. So yeah, mad appreciative. I don't take this shit for granted. Never have and never will. Doesn't matter how many viewers are watching this live. It doesn't matter how many subs that I'll get in the next month or year or whatever. I'll keep doing this as long as I can. Thankfully, this stream, it's not been lagging as much. So I kind of realised what I need to do or not to do, rather, in regards to keeping this stream viable. But at the same time, after an hour of me hosting it, it still becomes like an issue. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's better than it has been. It's better than the last stream, you know, the quality of it all. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's not just a StreamYard issue. It's more of a Mac issue, and the fact that yeah, I've just had my Mac for like I've had my Mac for 10 years. Definitely had it for 10 years at least. So still going. It's just like doing streams. You know, that's why I'm going to struggle until I can even somehow get it fixed to run smoother. Because you know, I've been trying to do this live stream thing with StreamYard, and it's just, I might try OBS, but OBS has kind of been lagging for me as well, even with the pre-records. But once I know how to set that up, I'll probably do it that way if it runs smoother. But I'm not too sure it will, really and truly. So StreamYard is the best option for now. Yeah, until I get like a new laptop or whatever in the future, and that will take a bit of time as well. Either way, but it is what it is. But yeah, like I said a few minutes ago, like and subscribe, people. Hit the notification bell so you never miss whenever I go live or upload a video. Share if you like. All the best. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Take care. Much love and appreciation for you guys and your support. And yeah, we are out, people. Hateta.